be ready to go ahead and sit down, get your popcorn, get your little soda pop, and go ahead, because we should be talking about some real stuff right now. Anyway, like my mother has already told you guys, our birthday has passed. For 13, you can still cash out some money, it'll be nice, yeah. But my name's Kayla Harris, just turning the big 16, and really life was just a journey. So I've come this far. Actually, I've come way too far to give up now. As many times as I want to give up, I want to sit here today to see this big 16. And I'm so happy because that just means I'm one step closer to being an adult and being out on my own. Because I don't know about a whole lot of teens out there now, but like I want to make my own money. I want to help people. I want to be on my own. And people be like, well, once you get older, you start getting bills and stuff like that. You won't wish you was a child. I'm like, I'm probably gonna wish I was a child for just, the spare time that I had. But like, I don't see nothing as a young black woman actually wanting to be out in the world, get her own money, do her own thing, not worried about no dude, or if he gonna wanna buy me this gift. Cause baby, no, we got our own money. We can go buy us a gift. We can go get some Balenciagas. So while he over there getting them bobos, just saying. So like, none of that. That's what's gonna be our topic. That's what we're gonna talk about right now. You young girls need to stop downgrading yourself. Cause I used to do the same thing. I used to think, I'm not pretty for this person, or I'm not too thick enough, or you ain't gonna like. I used to tell boys, or you ain't gonna like me because of my personality and stuff. And I used to always say that because of my past, I'll say my past encounterments with different boys. So my mom has always been telling me, every man ain't the same, our case boys. And it's true to a certain extent, I guess, if she want to be right.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I always wanted to teach you though. Because I know you started dating, whether I like it or not, I know you have, so that's what I've always wanted to teach you. I said, some out there just ain't worth your time. Some out there that will waste your time, and there's others out there that will be worth your time. So you don't have to go through all the little knuckleheads and idiots to get to the right one. And it's the same thing with men. They got to go through a bunch of us crazy women to get to the right one too. So I mean, it goes both ways. But that's why I've always wanted to teach you. It's nothing wrong with a man wanting to take care of you, but it's nice to have your own too. So I don't want you to you got to cut the man off by the kneecaps and be like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I got my own money. I don't want you guys to have to do that. But I've always taught you, your brothers and your sister, that I always want y'all to have y'all own voice. Just because y'all are kids, or I'm sorry, teenagers, excuse me. Yeah. Let me get that right.
Oh, I'm a young adult. Don't be trying me. Y'all better tell her. These young adults nowadays, what they talking about?
See, you and your brothers. But no, sis, that's what I want to teach y'all though. You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all are teenagers, that people feel like you can't have a voice or you can't say how you feel. I mean, y'all can do it just like I taught y'all and still be respectful about it. I don't expect y'all to always be perfect or get it right. Y'all still, I'm just turned 35. I'm still learning. Just like that talk we had when I was in Savannah. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm still learning stuff too about love, relationships, life, and everything. So, whatever I try to learn, or whatever mistakes I make, or whatever I go through, I try to pass it along to y'all. I'm not just gonna tell y'all, don't do this or don't do that, and I don't tell y'all why, because I feel like naturally y'all gonna be like, well, why she told me not to do that? Then y'all want to go find out why. Then you end up in a bigger mess.
Right.
Then it's gonna be like, Mommy, why you ain't telling me this? That's what I went through. And I don't want y'all to go through the same thing. So, you know, you just turned 16 and everything. I know you still have a lot to learn. You got 2 more years. You're really gonna be out there in the world, and I definitely don't want to send y'all out there blindsided. You know, so that was my whole thing. So yeah.
Well, yes, basically, he just put the words right out of my mouth. Just saying. But yes, you do not have to. I'm just saying, like, don't depend on them too much because actually, don't depend on people, period, too much because not everybody's going to be there when you're like, if they weren't there when you're down, they shouldn't be there when you're up because like that's a snake. That's a whole snake. Like you know your people really they're there when you're down and they hyping you up and there when you get up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't depend on too many people. Don't expect highly from too many people because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be disappointed.
Exactly.
And I had to learn that. Like, I used to tell a lot of people about a lot of stuff, and then somebody came and stabbed me in my back and stuff, and then I used to be so close to it. It's a whole thing. Y'all can usually know. Y'all know. We got a whole lot of snakes and stuff, especially these boys. And these trifling girls too. Not for the cap. But it's so much that I've learned, and it's so much that I want to do now because I just feel like a lot of people need to hear this, and they need to get into their big skulls. Like, if a boy don't want you for your personality, he wants you for your body, and he constantly, because y'all know how these boys is now, he constantly say, oh, you want to do this, or you want to do this, but I'll never say, oh, baby, are you okay? Ask me about your day. You waking up to a good text, like the more beautiful, something like that. Like, you know they're toxic. Y'all know when these boys are toxic. Y'all just know, I don't see why y'all still stay with him. Oh, because he's fine, or because he plays sports, or because he's cool, and now you're popular because he was cool, and y'all went out, and then everybody started doing it. No, baby girl, no, it's not it. You need to learn to stay to yourself and have that Negro chasing you, not you chasing that Negro. He needs to be chasing you. And if he really wants you, baby, he gonna chase you. And I'm not talking about that, did it hurt when you feel from Kevin and all that type chasing, or giving them the little slow little pickup lines and all that. I'm talking about actually chasing you. Being there for you when you need it, even when you tell him that you don't want to go out and he accepts that, but he's still there, and you know he low-key still want to go out with you like that, that's chasing. You don't need to chase nobody. Like, they need to be chasing you because, and it actually goes the same for boys. You know, don't be chasing the wrong. I'm gonna just say, don't be chasing the wrong person. You need to have them chasing you. You need to be going for your bag, honey. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going for my bag. I'm starting my own business. I'm not worried about no boy right now. Actually, I done turned down 4 boys already. And they all was, you know, I feel like they was low-key trifling, but, you know, I'm not going to speak too much on that because we ain't got to speak too much on that. That's all I'm going to say. But it's a lot with me. And when I was introduced to boys, there was a lot that was going through my head about a lot of different stuff because, you know, you want to be perfect for your partner. Yeah, your partner. So, and nobody's perfect. That's another thing. Nobody's perfect, so don't think that you actually have to be perfect. Because you really don't. Like, it's not worth it. I've had so much things going on with boys, and I was looking back at stuff today, actually, when I downloaded Google Photos. It's a lot. You can go through at a young age with boys when you can be just worried about school. And then y'all want to go to y'all friends and talk about, oh, I feel in love with this person, or I feel like I'm going to kill myself with this person because he's doing this or doing that and stuff like that. Y'all is too young, and I had to notice this, like, y'all is way too young to be saying y'all in love, or be saying, like, y'all finna kill yourself over a boy or even a girl, because there are so much more, like, it's so much more in the world. Actually, it's so much more fish. Like they say, it's more fish in the sea. There's so much more fish in this sea that y'all can be like, waiting on. Like, just wait. It ain't that hard to wait. Y'all can have other genders as friends. I don't see why that's so hard nowadays. Like, y'all want to just instantly go out. Y'all don't want to be friends. Y'all don't want to do none of that. And when stuff go bad or go wrong, you wondering why. Like, y'all never even started being friends. Y'all were just talking. Like, what do you know about this person actually? Like, what's their favorite color? What do they like to go to eat? Like, what's their favorite brand? Like, you don't know this certain type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's a lot. And like I was telling my friends actually, you're way too young to be sitting here crying over somebody. Just go ahead and pick your head up. Well, you can cry. Go ahead and cry for your tears for a little bit. And as soon as you're done crying, baby girl, wipe the tears, wipe the snot. Go ahead and put that tissue in the trash. Make sure your eyes look good. Go ahead and fix your little makeup, your eyelashes, all that. And get up and start chasing your bag, honey. Because he ain't coming back. He don't want you. Obviously, if he messing with you the first time, he ain't want you. So, yeah, it's just a lot. Like I keep saying, it's a lot going on, and it's so many. Like, it's adults that don't even know for real. And yes, I said it, mother. It's adults that don't know half the stuff that's be going on now. But they do because they've been through it.
Well, yeah, I can't agree with that. But see, when I was going through the stuff that you were going through, things were a lot different. Of course, we ain't have no Facebook or Instagram or YouTube and all that stuff. It was a lot different then. A lot of our business wasn't put on social media. So it was a lot different than the generation y'all are in now. See, this young ladies being bullied on social media now, and they feeling that pressure to be perfect or live up to what they see on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. And a lot of girls, they starve themselves and almost be about to kill themselves because they want to look like, you know, these artists that they see in these pictures. And half the time they don't even know that that's makeup, weave, nails, plastic surgery. And I'm not, you know, trying to knock them for that, but half that stuff is fake. I try to tell people, I mean, just be your real self, and the right person will accept you for who you are. You ain't got to go through all that. But if a dude walk up to you and tell you, look, your breast ain't big enough, I want you to go get plastic surgery. Run as fast as you can.
You better be Sonic up in this room.
Exactly. You better turn into a track star, because that's not somebody that wants to accept you for who you are. Or you marry somebody, and I heard this story about this when I was a teenager. The caseworker I had, her daughter was married, and she got into a car accident. She was messed up real bad, and her husband claimed he wasn't attracted to her no more, so she divorced him. Don't marry somebody just because they look good, or because they fine, or they sexy, or they can do other stuff in the bedroom, so to speak.
Right.
Because stuff like that can fade. Make sure you with somebody, let alone you want to marry somebody, because you want to spend your life with that person. Because you can't picture your life without that person, and you're in love with that person. These days, people are not getting married for them reasons, or if they're already married, they're not staying together. As soon as something goes wrong, let's get a divorce. Let's break up.
Yep. Let's go.
That's a relationship that will never stand. Like I said, I've been through my share of, you know, tribulations and stuff, and issues and disagreements in the relationships I've been in. But, you know, one thing I can say is I didn't leave. I at least tried to stay and work it out. Now, when it got to the point where I felt like it wasn't going to change, that person wasn't going to change, then I made that choice. Okay, it's time for me to step away. But You know, there's so many young teenage girls and young women, and I went through this too, trying to, oh my God, be perfect. Or feel like, well, if I do this for him, he'll love me. If I do this and that, he'll stay with me. Or if I'm having his baby, he'll marry me. It was one thing I had to learn, and I had to learn this the hard way. If your dude or your chick ain't going hard for you, or if they're not riding for you, you ain't the one.
At all.
You're not. As hard as that is to swallow, but if they're not, like you said, good morning, beautiful, good morning, baby, have a good day, how you doing? Checking on you, see if you need something. I don't care how small it is, or I'm saying working and they're coming home to you, or you got to keep hunting them down and all this stuff. You're not the one. Don't make somebody have to show you more than one time that they don't want to be with you. Because at that point, you're just embarrassing yourself.
Period. Like, oh.
Then they're laughing at you like, I just told you I don't want to be with you. Why you still calling me? Why you still stalking? I'm say stalking because some people just don't get the picture. So you gotta get a restraining order. Like, Jesus, dude, I done blocked you from all my social media. How you get my phone number?
Hey.
Man, but I think, especially in 2020, you know what I'm saying, ladies, we got to have a better self-esteem about ourselves, especially, you know what I'm saying, teenage girls. And just like I tell you, these boys ain't going nowhere. Trust me, they ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
And I'm not saying no. I mean, my first heartbreak, I was crying too. I thought it was the end of the world, man. But it didn't really dawn on me. I didn't realize at the time. I said, I'm gonna be with somebody else. You know, there's plenty of other people that would treat me the way I deserve to be treated. You know, so you're gonna have to fight or, you know, beg somebody to be with you. Now, if they want to fight with you, they're willing to work it out, I say by all means, work it out. But if they clearly showing you, I don't want nothing to do with you, stop acting like you Ray Charles and you don't see what's going on. Seriously, and just move on. It's plenty of people out there with the same body parts that will treat you probably better than the last person you were with. So you ain't got to go through all that. You really don't. So, with all that being said, y'all, I know we talked a good little bit. Yes, sir. We're going to come back with some more topics for y'all. And we're going to be back on the Queen Miss Candy Radio Show.